Morning, everybody. It's time for another episode of Isabel's Room. We got the rug down last weekend, and right now I am going to try to put these shears up around the shutters and see what I think. I held them up, they're the right length. You're supposed to hang them high and wide if you can. That's the style. So if I hang them above the window, it does go just all the way to the floor. I got the right length, which is a minor miracle. Sometimes with the measuring, I make mistakes. And usually I would hang them pretty wide around the windows. Let me show you what I mean in my dining room. Here, the window ends on the right and the left, and then there's a bunch of curtain on either side. You hang them high and wide, and then the proportions are better, and you're not blocking your window, and it makes it look like an even bigger window. But in the bedroom, we have one window which is really close to our newly installed heat pumps, air conditioning, energy efficient. So I only have that little bit of space in between the heat pump and the side of the window to hang that one shear, and I'm afraid it's going to look really crunched, but I'm going to do it anyway. And then on the other side and on the other windows we have enough room. So that's my little project for today. I'm going to put them up and we'll see how it goes, and then I'll show you. Okay, everybody, we are back and we have success. I'm really happy with it. Got them up both windows. So this window was totally easy. I did it second and it was easy. I did the harder one first. And it was because when I tried to put up the curtain rod, in order to leave enough room so that the crystal finial at the end, like this, would fit between the window and the air conditioner, I had to screw the bracket really close to the window, and I could not screw there. There was something behind it and it wouldn't go through. I had to screw further out towards the air conditioner, and so then there was not enough room for the finial. So I was like totally stuck. But I was like, okay, maybe I can take off the finial, and the finial wasn't coming off. But luckily, I realized that it has a really tiny Allen wrench screw in it. And luckily I had an Allen wrench that fit, and I unscrewed it. So if someone looks closely, it's not symmetric, and there's no finial on that side, but it's letting it completely fit. So that's one to think of. One lesson learned: if you have a tight fit, think about your finials and whether you and your brackets and whether you can screw into the part of the wall that you want. But I did get it to work. So that was the harder one. And this side is usually going to be like this. So this window looks out over our backyard, so it's very private, and that's the southern facing side of the house, so that's where most of the light for this room comes in. So I like to keep those really wide open for her during the day. So it had to look okay open with the curtains kind of behind, and I do think it looks nice. I like it. And then on this side, that's really easily, you can really see easily into this room from the street through that window. So we're definitely going to keep it more closed. I can even close those bottom slats, and then nobody from the street can see her. and there's less light that comes in through that window anyway. But what we are going to do is put her night side table on that side. It's going to be kind of a 3-drawer chest, I think, like a kind of big one, so she has some extra storage. So we're not going to be opening and closing those shutters anyway. She's going to have a chest there. She's going to have her lamp next to her bed on top of her chest, right in front of those, and we're probably not going to open and close them all the way in and out. So we'll just use the louvers, and it had to look good with the shutters like that and the curtains on either side, and I think it looks good both ways. So I'm really happy with this, and remember that we're waiting for Mr. Pat the painter, so the walls are going to be a really deep inky blue, kind of like that blanket we have for the end of her bed. And I think that's going to look really nice behind these white shears. And the shears will help to keep everything a little brighter. And Isabel wants to keep this painting that I did up, which I think will look super nice with that dark blue background. And this old map of New York. Well, actually, it's more than New York. This old map of the Northeast. That my sister gave her, K-Bus. She really likes and wants that up as well. So those two are going to stay up. And I think all the light background art and the shutters and the shears and some white bedding mixed in with the other color bedding and the new carpet will hopefully keep it looking bright enough in here, even though we're getting those really dark inky blue walls, which I can't wait to see what that's going to look like. So I'm not going to do too much more on this room. I like to get all the wall hangings hung in the place where I want them, including the curtains, because Pat will measure where I put them all. I can make all the holes that I want. I'm recording.
Oh, sorry.
Say hi.
Hi.
I can make all of the holes that I want trying to hang this stuff up, and then Pat will come and repair my walls and paint, and he also will measure exactly where I had everything and put everything back after he paints. So I've got to get Isabel's dresser will be on this side of the room. Haven't picked it yet. I kind of need to pick it and find how much of a mirror I can put above so I know where that will hang, because this is sheetrock wall. Look how many holes in it already. So I got to figure out where I'm hanging the mirror and have him do that and figure out some other artwork, decide what we're going to keep besides these two. So that I can make all the holes I need to, and then Pat will put it all back in the right place. I'm going to try, I think I haven't done any artwork since my Christmas card, and I'm going to try to do a picture of a unicorn or a Pegasus, a really big painting for Isabel to put probably above her bed. So that might be one project that I do while I'm waiting for Pat. But otherwise, we probably can't do too much more besides that. I don't want to put any of the big furniture in. I don't want to put her headboard up, because everything we put in, we're going to have to take out pretty much when he paints. So while we're waiting, I have 2 questions for all of you that you can help with. Some of you saw the other weekend when we went shopping, we saw a really nice dark blue velvet glamorous chair that was not too big and looked perfect for Isabel's room. It was kind of a velvet Art Deco style. By the way, my style for this room, I'm trying not to go matchy-matchy to one style, too much one style. It's more like something that grew up over time. So her headboard is kind of like a more ornate French style that kind of goes with this. But then I think we're gonna have a few kind of Art Deco-y elements. So it's kind of like a room that evolved, a glamorous room that evolved over time. That's what we're going for. So not any one style, just stuff that looks good together. I love that chair. This green poster board represents the footprint of that chair. So like we talked about the other week, the computer is going to be here. Oh, that's some dirty laundry on the floor. There you go. A child really does live here. And so we can pull it up to the desk and use that chair, or it could be, you know, tilted back. Kind of, it's got a low back, so it fits under the shutter, I think, even. And it could be kind of in the corner of the room under that painting for someone to sit in, or pulled up to the desk. But that's how large the footprint is. I don't know if you all can see, but the first thing I want your opinion on is if its back doesn't go any higher than kind of the foot of the bed, which it doesn't. It's kind of a low profile chair. And that is the footprint. And we don't really need to get into that bottom cover often. That's like printer ink and printer paper, extra supplies. Do you think that it's gonna look too big in this room? I think it's really comfortable, and it will be comfortable to sit at the computer there, but I want your opinion. And nobody has to walk behind it, really, to get to the other end of the room. So I'm leaning towards yes, but I want your opinion. The other thing I want your opinion on while we're waiting for Mr. Pat the painter is this right here is a desk light. It's very old. It's actually wired. You can see they stapled up the cord and it goes down the back, and there's a outlet inside of the cabinet where it's plugged in. Should I try to find something with a similar cord that can be stapled up that looks nicer and put it there? Or should I try to cover it and disguise it in some way? And if so, with what? Like a piece of decorative molding up there? What do you think? Those are the two things that I want your opinion on when you watch this video. Let me know what you think of how everything's shaping up so far.